Alright, on this 6-inch tiastar, two issues we ran across. One, when mounting this hinge bracket, because this hinge bracket actually is sitting on piece of the front cross channel, what happens is this plane is out slightly to the right more than this plane. So what happens is when the tab of the bucket slides through here, that actually goes into that slot, it clips the standard piece of hex head, 8-sided hardware here that you would normally have. So we've gone ahead and removed that screw and put a nice little flathead 1/4-20 screw, and that allows the bucket to go in. We were able to get it in one time, but several other times we struggled quite a bit, and so we're going to go ahead and just provide them with a little extra piece of special hardware here and giving them a flathead screw. So that was issue number one. Issue number two, and I can kind of represent this a little bit better maybe in the cell, but there was this little tab here that typically would go up, and as it's tightened, it would rack the bucket in. The problem lies, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the cell and you can see what we're talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause. Okay, the unit's in now. So one of the things that we noticed right away was this I guess we'll call it racking bracket or racking screw. It's a little loose now, so it's a little flimsy at the moment, but we found it mounted on the outside of this plane like this, which kind of drew a little bit of a question, because this plane here and this plane here should always be parallel to one another, because the gutter, the top door, and obviously the unit door are all closing on those same planes, right? So they should be all parallel to each other. So how this piece, which traditionally, how this piece traditionally would go underneath the front support channel, racking the unit in, I'm not quite sure how it gets there. So our first assumption was that it was on the wrong side. There is a small little channel you can see right there that it could live in. We just could not seem to make it work. We did try some springs and things like that, and to no avail. So that was that. So I think ultimately what we're going to go ahead and do is remove that. Then doing that, we had noticed at one point, if this thing wasn't quite all the way in correctly, the little cell interlock was, you can see it popping through, was actually clipping the front channel on the back side. So with a little bit of adjustment to the frame, tightening up the unit, making it a little bit more compact, by loosening these screws here and the frame and kind of sandwiching everything together, we're able to kind of tighten that up a little bit and get a little bit much better motion. There's no force on that, it's free and all that good stuff. So now, when you actually close the door, you can actually operate the handle now. So what was happening was it was going up about halfway, getting stuck, and these two pieces just kind of weren't getting over the hump because this couldn't go up quite unassisted. So a couple little small modifications there after we installed it, but all in all it seems to be working okay now.